Good afternoon, students. Now, we have been discussing revaluation account and how to make entries for revaluation account, and also how to prepare a balance sheet after preparing revaluation account. Now, let us do one more question of this type, where even partner's capital account will be required before preparing the new balance sheet. Alright, I'm going to discuss question number 13 on page 141 of your textbook. So when you watch this video, just keep page number 141 of your textbook, page 141, keep it open and turn to question number 13. This is on page 141. Alright, now the question says that balance from the following information pass journal entries. Today I'm not going to show you journal entries, although they are very easy. From the revaluation account is extremely easy, okay, but I'm going to show you these three things. From the following information pass necessary journal entries and prepare revaluation account and balance sheet, but you will also require a partner's capital account. From the following information of Sajan and Nirmi. Sajan and Nirmi are partners sharing profit in the ratio 5:3. Only two partners, 5:3. And the balance sheet of the partnership firm on 31/3/2017 is given. Balance sheet, liabilities and assets are given. And then after that, they decided to change the ratio to 1:1. So they had to reassess, reevaluate the assets and liabilities. And as a result, there are 7 particular adjustments. From that, we are going to prepare the revaluation account. All right. So, heading revaluation account of partnership firm of the partnership fund of Sajan and Nirmi as on 31/3/2017. That's your heading. All right. Now, as I said, the format is very easy. Okay. Particulars and amount in rupees. Amount in rupees. Similarly, here also particulars and amount in rupees. All right. This is your format. Revaluation account of the partnership firm of Sajan and Nirmi as on 31st March 2017. That's your heading. Particulars amount. This is your debit side and this is your credit side. Now, as I've indicated, all assets which go up, remember only one thing: assets, if they increase, credit side; if assets decrease, then on the debit side. The opposite is true. If liabilities decrease, credit; if liabilities increase, debit. All right, your first adjustment, always compare with the balance sheet, which is given the old balance sheet in the question. The first adjustment says the value of land and building is to be increased by 10%. But 10% of what? Look at the balance sheet. The balance sheet says land and building is valued at 1,40,000. So 10% of 1,40,000 is 14,000. It is increased by 14,000. So by land and building account, it has gone up. Asset value has gone up by how much? 14,000. So it has gone up by 14,000. Then the second adjustment, the value of machinery and furniture, both is to be reduced by 40%. Now, machinery and furniture both are assets. Its value has gone down. So we'll be writing on debit side, but gone down by how much? 40%. Machinery is 80,000. 40% of 80,000 is 32,000. So it goes down by 32,000. So machinery account to machinery account, okay, 32,000. It has gone down by 32,000, 40% down. Similarly, the furniture value has also gone down by 40%. That is 12,000. 30,000, 40% of 30,000 is 12,000. So to furniture account, this has also gone down by 40%. 40% of 30,000 is 12,000. Okay, so land has gone up by 14,000, furniture and machinery has gone down by 32,000 and 12,000 respectively. The third adjustment, rupees 1,000 bad debt reserve on debtors is not required. Bad debt is a liability, but now it is not required. So it's a profit for the company. So by bad debt reserve account, bad debt reserve account. Okay, by bad debt reserve account, how much is not required? 1000 is not required. By bad debt reserve account, rupees 1000, now bad debt is not required. Fourth adjustment, 1500 repairing expense is required for stock. That means it is an expense. Liability will increase, profit will decrease. So to stock account, don't write repairing, just write stock account. Stock account, how much? 1500 repairing stock expense is there. 1500. Fifth adjustment, 1500 out of creditors is now not to be paid. Creditors are not to be paid, but it is to be recorded. So by creditors, because creditors are liability, but liability has decreased by creditors account. A liability has decreased by creditors account. How much? 1500 not to be paid. 1500 creditors account not to be paid. Sixth adjustment, outstanding expense of rupees 10,000 and income receivable is rupees 2,000. Outstanding expense to outstanding expense account. Outstanding expense is rupees 10,000 and income receivable, by income receivable, you can see it is increasing the profit. Income receivable is 2,000 rupees. This will increase the profit, this decreases the profit. Okay, and the seventh adjustment is investment is to be shown at its market value. Now if you look in the balance sheet, it is given investment 20,000 rupees, but in bracket it is given that market value is 18,000 and we are supposed to enter 18,000. So there is a loss of 2,000. So to liability, this is increasing it. To investment, remember it has decreased. Investment is an asset, its value has decreased by 2,000. So investment account, investment being an asset, the value of asset is decreased, so we debit it by 2,000 rupees. There is a loss of 2,000. We are supposed to record it at market price 18,000, but originally it was given as 20,000. All right, so all adjustments are over. Now there are no changes in assets and liabilities, so we finally total it out here. Okay, and we find out the total on both the sides will finally be the same. Okay, you can see here this one 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, 17, 18,500. This is 18,500. This is already 32,000. So this is going to be more. So his loss is going to be there. So loss. Okay. And if you look at the balance sheet, capital account is given, but current account is not given. Current account is not given. So we will be transferring to partners capital account. So partners transferred to by partners capital account. We transfer it to partners capital account. In what ratio? Old ratio. Old ratio was given as 5:3. 5:3. Okay. Now, in this case, the names of the two people are Sajan and Nirmi. So, Sajan and Nirmi, the two partners in the ratio 5:3. How much amount? Okay. This you can see 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,500. This is 18,500. Okay. Now let us see on this side. 32,000, 32, 40, 32, 42, 52, 54, 54, 30, 40, 42, 44, 45,000. Just let add it up. 32,000, then 12,000, 22, 23,500, 25,500, 25,500. Again 32, 32, 44, 44, 54, 54 and 2, 56, 57,500. What happened here now? 32, this is 500, 3 and 2, 57,500. Okay, so 57,500. Now let us minus it. Okay, if you minus it, you get, okay, 17, 9 and 8, 17, and 4 minus 1 is 3, 39,000. So there is a loss of 39,000 here. Write the loss here, 39,000. And on both the sides, you should get 57,500. See, I have written 57,500 on both the sides. Okay, this is 57,500. This also should be 57,500. But the difference is loss because debit side is greater. Alright, it is transferred to partner's capital account because in the balance sheet, current account is not given. If in the balance sheet, current account is given, we write partner's current account. Alright, now 39,000 is to be transferred in the ratio 5:3. So 5 upon 8. Calculate 5 upon 8 of 39,000. Okay, so if I divide this by 8, 8 4s are 32, 7 39, 70, 8 8s are 64, 64 and 6 60, 8 5s are 8 8 is 8 7s are 56, 40, 8 5s are 40. So you get 4,000, 4857 into 5. Okay, 5 5s are 25, 5 7s are 35 into 37, 43, 4 5 4s are 20, 24,375. That is, Sajan is getting 24,375. Okay, now from 39,000 I subtract 24,375. Okay, so I get 10, this is 9, 9, 8. Okay, 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 7 is 2, 9 minus 3 is 6, 8 minus 4 is 4, 3 minus 2, 14,625. 14,625. Alright, now you can see this, that this is what the revaluation account is. Revaluation account, again, you have to keep an eye on the balance sheet, keep an eye on the adjustment. Take one adjustment at a time and keep writing. If assets increases on this side, if asset decreases on this side, okay, if liability decreases on the credit side, if liability increases on the debit side, find the total. Credit balance, profit. Debit balance, as in this case, then it is loss. It is transferred to partner's capital account if capital account is given and current account is not given. If current account is given, then it is transferred to partner's current account. In what ratio? In the partner's old ratio, not the new ratio. Okay, this completes the revaluation account. Now we are going to do the partner's capital account. Okay, and then the balance sheet. All right, so partner's capital account. Now, obviously, current account is not there. So partner's capital account. Now there are only two partners. Remember, there are only two partners, Sajan and Nirmi. Okay, so we have got particulars. No date is given. Remember that. Okay, and then Sajan, one partner, Nirmi, the second partner, and then of course we have got again particulars and Sajan and Nirmi. Alright, so this is your format. This is the debit side and this is the credit side. Alright, now we take one at a time. Now in the balance sheet, old balance sheet in the question, capital accounts Sajan and Nirmi are given. Okay, so we write by balance brought down. How much is Sajan? 80,000. So Sajan is 80,000 and how much is Nirmi? 50,000. This is the balance which is brought down from the old balance sheet. Now we keep on adding. What else is given? Now here there is something important. In the old balance sheet we see general reserve. General reserve is distributed in the old ratio 5:3 to the partners, the old partners. The old partners are Sajan and Nirmi. There is no new partner and the old profit loss sharing ratio is 5:3. So general reserve is 80,000. Okay, general reserve. Now see, I'm just showing you the calculation here. General reserve, okay, general reserve is 80,000 and it is to be distributed in the ratio of 5:3. So 5 upon 8 into 80,000. Okay, 8 times are. So 50,000 and 30,000 and 30,000. Sajan will get 50,000 and Nirmi will get 30,000. So Sajan and Nirmi by general reserve. Remember, general reserve is distributed to the old partners. Since it is distributed, their profits are going to increase, their capitals are going to increase. You can't put on the debit side. The capitals are going to increase, they are going to receive the money. So he receives Sajan 50,000 and Nirmi 30,000 in the ratio 5:3. Now, if you look at it carefully in the balance sheet, is there anything about profit or loss? If you look at it carefully, general reserve is there. Then below general reserve, profit and loss account 48,000 is there. So it is credit balance because it is written on the liability side. Credit balance means profit. Profit and loss account is 48,000. Look at it carefully in the balance sheet. That is profit. That profit is also distributed to the partner's capital account. 48,000 is distributed in the ratio of 5:8, 5:3. So 6 5s are 30,000 and 18,000. 30,000 and 18,000. So by profit loss, by profit and loss account, okay, whatever amount we had, that was 30,000 and 18,000. 30,000 and 18,000. All right. Now there is nothing else in the balance sheet which has to be distributed. Everything is over. These two things you must be careful: general reserve and profit and loss, if it is given in the balance sheet. Remember, in this case it was profit. Suppose in the balance sheet it is given on the asset side, that means loss, then it would be written on the debit side or the partner's capital account. But in this case it was profit and hence it was written on this side. Now we come to revaluation account. In the revaluation account there was loss, and this is also distributed to the partners in the ratio of 24,000 and 14,000. So that is loss and it is written on this side. So we write to revaluation account because this is revaluation account. Into bracket you can write loss. Revaluation loss. What is the amount? Sajan 24,375. 24,375 and Nirmi 14,625. Alright, now this completes, as far as the capital account is concerned, is completed. Alright, so what we do is we finalize the total and find out balance carried down. Now look at the total here: 50,000, 30,000, 80,000, 98,000. This is 98,000 Nirmi. Then this is 80,000 and 80,000, that is 1,60,000. 1,60,000. Okay, 1,60,000, 98,000. Now, once you got on this side, then we look at the other side. Obviously, this is less. So, what do we write here? Here, to balance carried down. Alright. Now, 24,000 will have to be subtracted from 1,60,000. Okay, we subtract it. So I'm going to try and use a calculator here. Okay, 1,60,000 minus 24,375. 24,375, and that comes to 1,35,625. 1,35,625. Okay, and of course the total would be the same, 1,60,000. Okay, this is the balance carried down. And then in the case of Nirmi, 98,000 minus 14,625. 14,625. Okay, I get 83,375. 83,375, and of course the total would be 98,000. Now you can see here what has happened. We have calculated only partner's capital account. In the partner's capital account, first we entered the balance brought down from the old balance sheet. Then by general reserve, it is given in the old balance sheet, we distribute it in the ratio of the old profit sharing ratio. Then see if there is profit and loss in the balance sheet. Profit and loss is there in this particular balance sheet, but it is on the written on the debit side. It means there is credit balance. It means there is profit. Profit is also distributed to partner's capital account on the credit side, but in the ratio of 5:3. Now, general reserve and profit and loss are distributed. Now we come to revaluation account. In the revaluation account, we found that there was loss. If there was profit, it would be on the credit side. Then nothing on this side. but in this case there was profit or rather loss. So loss will be entered on the debit side of partner's capital account. We enter that amount, okay, which we had calculated, find the difference, and that is the balance carried down. Now this balance carried down will be carried to the partner's capital account in what? In the balance sheet. So when we write the balance sheet, this is the amount that you need to write in the beginning. All right, now let us see. Okay, now I'm going to do the balance sheet. Now the best way to do the balance sheet, see, again the heading would be balance sheet of the partnership firm of Sajan and Nirmi as on 31/3/2017 after, or you can write new balance sheet of the partnership firm of Sajan and Nirmi as on 31/3/2017 after revaluation of assets and liabilities, or simply write new balance sheet. All right, now obviously we have assets and liabilities. Okay, again I'm writing here debit, although it's a statement and not an account. Balance sheet is a statement, not an account. Okay, these are liabilities and amount in rupees. Similarly here, these are assets and the amount in rupees. All right, now we take the old balance sheet and write it exactly as it is first. Don't write the amount. We write land, building. There is no need to write account, okay, because this is not an account. Then we write machinery, okay, furniture. After furniture, we have investments. After investments, we have debtors. Keep a little space for debtors, okay, debtors, and then stock. See how I have kept some space for debtors, okay, stock, and then cash balance. This is exactly as it is shown in the old balance sheet. I have not put the amounts. We'll put the amounts later on. And then capital account, okay, capital accounts of Sajan and Nirmi. Sajan, Nirmi. Again, just keep it as it is. Don't write the amounts. Then general reserve is given, but we have already distributed general reserve. So don't write general reserve. Profit and loss account is given, but we have already distributed profit and loss account to partner's capital account. So that will increase and decrease the Sajan's and Nirmi's capital account. Don't write general reserve. Don't write profit and loss account. 12% bank loan, yes, that we will have to write. 12% bank loan. Okay. Then creditors, and after that bills payable. Okay, now obviously if you have done everything correctly, then it should balance out. Now let us see this part. Okay, here total, here also total. Now let's put the values. Land and building was given as 1,40,000, but the value of land and building increased by 14,000. So 140 plus 14 is 1,54,000. 1,54,000. Remember, this is the new value after revaluation account. You can write here also. There is another way of writing. You can write 1,40,000 plus 14,000. Put a line and 1,54,000. Machinery. The value of machinery decreased by 32,000. Okay. You can keep the revaluation account also open if you want to. Okay, revaluation account, you can see machinery decreased by 32,000. So machinery value was, the value of machinery was 80,000. If you decrease it, it becomes 48,000. So machinery 48,000. It has decreased by 32,000. Furniture, it has decreased. Furniture has decreased by 12,000. It was 30,000, decreased by 12,000. So you get 18,000. Furniture 18,000. It has decreased by 12,000. Then investments, its value is again 18,000. Okay, it has decreased by 2,000. So it is now 18,000, not 20,000. Debtors 40,000. Okay, debtors was 40,000 originally, and then after that it says that 1,000 rupees bad debt reserve not required. So 1,000 rupees in the bad debt reserve is 1,500. 1,000 is not required. So only 500 is to be subtracted. Okay, be careful about this. bad debt reserve is 1500, but here it says that 1000 bad debt reserve on debtors is not required, and therefore this will be 39,500. 39,500. Now you can see this, that the one more is that stock. Okay, stock is 31,500, but here it says that 1,500 repairing expense is required for stock. 1,500 rupees expense is required for stock. So the value of stock is going to decrease or increase the cash, because in this case you can see it has increased. Okay, so 31,500 minus 1,500. Repairing expense was required. The value of stock was 31,500 as it is given in the balance sheet, and 1,500 repairing expense was there. Minus that, and you get 30,000. Repairing expense for, this is repairing expense for stock. Minus the repairing expense, you get 30,000. And then cash balance, of course, it does not affect cash balance, so you get 30,000 as it is. Okay. Now let's enter this and then we'll do the total. Capital account. Now you can see the partner's capital account. The balance sheet says 1,35,625. 1,35,625, and this is 83,375. 375. Okay, directly from partner's capital account. So we can add it up here. This would be 10, 9, 11 and 2. 2,19,000. Okay, so 2,19,000 is the capital, combined capital after revaluation account and partner's capital account. Now 12% bank loan, it does not change, it is 70,000. Creditors is given as 32,000, but there was an entry about in the adjustments. Okay, 1,500 creditors is now not to be paid. Okay, so creditors was 32,000 and 1,500 are not to be paid. 1,500 not to be paid, so you get 30,500. Okay, so 30,500 is the creditors because 1,500 is not to be paid. And then finally bills payable is not affected in any way by the adjustments, so 10,000. All right, now we have made all the entries. So how did I go about balance sheet? First of all, I just wrote all the assets and liabilities from the old balance sheet because all of them have to be included. After that I started writing the amounts. Some entries were affected by the adjustments and revaluation account, some were not. For example, bills payable was not affected, loan was not affected. Okay, then cash balance not affected. Anything which is affected, write the new value, either increased value or decreased value. Now let us find the total. Okay, now this is obviously, okay, now 4, 8 and 4, 12, 12 and 16, 28, 38, 8, 3 are 24 and 4, 28, 28 and 9, 37, 3, 7 and 5, 12, 13, 14, 14 and 3, 17 and 3, 20, 23, 2,37,000. Okay, and there seems to be some mistake as yet. Just add it up. 30, 30, 60, 99, 99,000. Okay, 30, 60, 99, 18 2s are 36,000. Okay, and 50 and 40, 90, 98 and 4, 102. So 2,02,000, 2,02,000. So I get 2,02,000, 15 into 17, 10, 13, 3,37,000. Sorry, 3,37,000. All right, now let us see on this side. 70 and 30, 1,10,500, 1,10,500. This plus 2,19,000, 2,19,000. 500, 9, 2, 3,29,500. Now 3,29,500. There seems to be a totaling mistake somewhere. Just check it up once again. Okay, what the totaling of mistake seems to be. 1,54,000, 48,000, 18,000, 18,000, 39,500, 30,000, 30,000, and cash balance and receivable income. Oh, two entries. One is the receivable income. If you look at the receivable income and outstanding expense, both are left. One sixth adjustment, outstanding expense 10,000. Okay, outstanding expense. If you look at the sixth adjustment, outstanding expense 10,000, and also receivable amount in the sixth one itself, income receivable is 2,000. This one was left out. Okay, so 2,37,000 plus 2 lakh 3,39,000, 3,39,000, and here plus 10,000 which was left, so 3,39,000. Now let's just check this once again. This is okay. 2,19,000, 70,000, 30,500, 10,000, 10,000, 3,39,000 and 500. And here this is 500 here. So I've made a mistake here. This is 3,39,500. So once again, have a look. What went wrong? Receivable from the sixth adjustment. Receivable income. This is income receivable, which I forgot. This is number 6. Sixth adjustment. Receivable income 2,000 was left out, and the other one was outstanding expense. This is also the sixth adjustment. The sixth adjustment, outstanding expense 10,000. So both, if you include 10,000 and here, and of course this is not 0, this is 5. So therefore 3,39,500, 3,39,500. Once again, just to wind it up again, okay, first what do? We first prepare revaluation account. How do we prepare revaluation account? We look at the adjustments and we look at the old balance sheet. Write down what is increasing and decreasing on both the sides. If assets increase on this side, if assets decrease on this side. If liability increases, then liability increases here. If liability decreases on credit side, then find the total. Credit balance, profit. Debit balance, loss. Put the values according to, in this case, it was debit balance, so there was loss. Sajan and Nirmi, they have to suffer that loss. It is distributed to the partner's capital account. If there is current account, then partner's current account. Okay, in which ratio? 5:3, the old ratio, not the new ratio. Now we have got this revaluation account, and this is the loss. This loss has to be transferred to partner's capital account. So we first prepare partner's capital account. Partner's capital account, again, particulars, the two partners, particulars, two partners, debit and credit. Okay, first balance brought down according to the old balance sheet. Then if there is general reserve, it is distributed to partners capital account in their ratio, old ratio. If there is profit and loss, if there is profit on the credit side, if there is loss in the balance sheet, then on this side. You have to look at the balance sheet to see if there is profit or loss is given in the old balance sheet. If there is loss on this side, then revaluation account. Revaluation account, profit and loss. If there is loss on the debit side, if there is profit, it should be on this side. Then find out the balance carried down. This is the capital accounts balance carried down. This is then transferred to the balance sheet. And when we transfer it to the balance sheet, we have to be careful because this is the amount that you have to write, balance carried down. Okay. Now, when you prepare the balance sheet, remember when you prepare the balance sheet, the best thing to do is first write down all the assets and liabilities. See, I've written all the assets, I've written all the liabilities. Then start filling the amount. Wherever there is no change, write the original amount. Wherever there is change, plus or minus, make sure you make the plus and minus and enter the new values and then balance it. Okay, right. We'll proceed further with more, and also journal entries are also there. I will actually discuss the journal entries tomorrow. All right, thank you. Have a nice day.